Hello folks and welcome to yet another calamitous episode of the Audiophile Man. And what do I have for you this time around? Speakers from Wharfedale, the Aura 2s. Announced in October of 2023, the new Aura range of speakers from Wharfedale stemmed from the company's higher spec Elysium project. Wharfedale has positioned the Auras just below those top-end Elysiums, but just above the Evo 4 range. Within that series, the substantial Aura 2 stand mounts are three-way designs topped by an AMT tweeter. AMT meaning Air Motion Transformer. Here, the diaphragm is folded, so it looks like a ribbon, but it isn't quite. It doesn't, like your standard domed tweeter, move like a piston either. The folds within the AMT create a sort of pressure wave, extending the response to 36 kHz. So I'm expecting good things in tonal terms from this driver. The 100mm mid-range unit is of low mass, but apparently high strength, produced via a glass fibre matrix with a plastic coating that sits within an aluminium chassis. The base unit has a similar construction, and that spans 150mm. As for the crossover, well, the base mid-range section and the mid-range treble sections are laid out on separate PCBs to lower noise. The cabinets themselves are available in black, white and a feature-grained walnut wood veneer. Each cabinet is lacquered and polished. The smooth curves of the cabinets reduce standing waves, while resonances are lowered because the cabinet is formed via various layers in a sandwich configuration and of differing densities. At the bottom you will find a downward facing slot loaded base port. The 6 ohm Aura 2s can be bi-wired if you wish. You are provided with a set of jumper cables with both banana and spade terminations if you want to stick with single-ended mode. Spanning 560mm by 286 by 350mm, these speakers have an 88 decibel sensitivity, so you're looking at an amplifier of, 25 watts and upwards to drive them, I would say that. So that's basically the techie info for the Aura 2 stand-mounted speakers. But how do they sound? Well, let's go to the sound quality tests and we'll find out. To begin the sound quality tests, I began with CD and The Cure's 1996 album Wild Mood Swings on Fiction. I chose the first track, Want, with its long electric guitar intro, plus vocals, synths, drums and bass. As an initial comparison, I chose the Leek Sandwich 150 stand-mounted speakers. At £999, the Sandwich 150s are of course much cheaper than the Aura 2s. So why pick them for a reference then? Because for their price the Leeks are oversized, although not as large as the Aura 2 designs, as you can see here. The Leeks offer more bass than you would expect for that lower price point. In action, they provide a large soundstage and quite an epic presentation. They are also, like the Aura 2s, from a respected historical brand. The idea then is to ask, are the Aura 2s better or not? If so, how and why? And is it worth spending more to grab the Aura 2s? What the Aura 2s give you that the Leeks do not is, firstly, an extended suite of upper frequencies. For example, cymbal hits seem to begin earlier and last longer via the Aura 2 speakers, with a sense of weight during the strike itself. Another plus point for the Aura 2s is the sense of space in between the instruments. This provides a calmer presentation, as if the band have a larger studio to work within, more elbow room, and you can sense the gaps between the guitars and the synths and the drums. Bass, as you might imagine, just by looking at things, was both strong and confident via the Aura 2s. I didn't hear any real effort in the bass regions, and subsequently no hint of strain either. Bass just eased into third gear to provide enough, without over-egging the pudding, you might say. You could sense that there was plenty in reserve if required. I wanted to investigate bass a little further, and so I grabbed a vinyl version of Rhythm of the Heat from Peter Gabriel's 4, or PG4, however you want to call it. This song offers an end-of-track percussive breakout. It sounds like 27 drummers are going 10 to the dozen, so chances of percussive confusion are high. The Aura 2 speakers, on the contrary, stayed calm though, addressing each strike with a measure of assurance. Thus, bass never tripped over itself. It never smeared or boomed. Listening to the sequence via the Aura 2s was to truly hear a beautiful thing. Mid-range does push itself towards the boundaries. It's never bright or excessive. It's not edgy, but it does push itself towards the ear, threatening to beam while adding detail emphasis. Now, in my own particular situation, this is nothing new. I have a pair of Quad 57 electrostatics, and you have to be careful how you position them because those quads can beam if you're not careful. Subsequently, for the Aura 2s, I found that the speakers were best towed in, not pointing directly at the ears, and not, on the other side of the coin, right down the middle, down the tracks. Somewhere in between, in that sort of no man's land, outside of the ear itself. Once the threat of mid-range beaming was removed, the Aura 2s enjoyed a balanced output. Next, I brought in the smaller, cheaper, at $649, yet similarly designed Evo 4.2 speakers from Wharfedale. And you can see the family resemblance here, can't you? The mid-range from the 4.2s, however, was not as focused as the Aura 2s. As a listener, you never felt as involved with the music either from the 4.2s, partly because the soundstage from the Aura 2s was broad and deep. Gabriel's voice seemed smaller and diminished on the Evos. The Aura 2s gave you a real performance. The Aura 2s also dragged you into the fun, connected you to the emotion from the Gabriel vocal, connected you to the energetic and wavering screams of the man just before that percussive onslaught. The extra subtle detail from the Aura 2 speakers, the thousands of extra fiddly bits hanging off synths, drums, vocals, bass and more, meant that the Aura 2s surrounded you with sound, darting here and there, alerting the ear to this or that detail point, keeping the brain interested at every point along the song. Don't get me wrong, I do love the Evo 4.2 speakers in isolation and when compared to other designs around the same price point. But when compared to the Aura 2s, the Evo 4.2s never offered that same impressive feat. By comparison, the 4.2s sounded like a flat canvas. They gave you 70% of what was available from the grooves as accessed by the Aura 2s. I was often left breathless from the Aura 2s because of that. There was so much to take in. Onto jazz vocal now. I'm playing Margaret Whiting's Great Hits LP on Contour and the track Moonlight in Vermont. The Aura 2s provided a firm bass foundation for this often delicate track with Whiting's own smooth yet expressive vocal overlying low-key brass, piano, wind and string sections. The shy cymbal taps from the drums very early in the track were easily detected by the ear, such was the clarity from the Wharfedales. In the next track, Now Is the Hour, I also loved the firm and meaty guitar strumming sections that contrasted well with the delicate string picking rhythm section and that hovering organ vibrato. And that's basically the review of the Wharfedale Aura 2 stand-mounted speakers. Let me give you a few final thoughts. I'll do some pros and cons, and then I'll give you a rating. Wharfedale's Aura 2s are relatively large, they are relatively heavy, and they will dominate a room when compared to many other stand mounts. If that isn't an issue for your listening space, then you will be impressed by the sound quality from the Wharfedale Aura 2 speakers. Take care to position them properly and spend time angling those speakers so that they meld properly with your own listening bias. As I say, for me, they want to sort of whisk past my ears, not directly at them, not too far away, somewhere in the middle, just whisking past. Once done, the bass structure will impress, the clarity and mid-range detail will keep your ears very busy indeed, with the treble output delighting in its tonal accuracy. Ideal for both delicate jazz sounds and more robust rock outings, the Aura 2s will surround your listening room with sounds of many colours. Pros and cons. And in the good section we have, well, let's start from the top and work our way downwards, shall we? We have a tonally accurate treble. That AMT driver does a good job. Next we have mid-range clarity. There was a real sense of space in this area. Third up we have the bass, which was very confident indeed. There always seemed more to come. You never felt that the bass was straining at all. Finally, if you put them all together, the detail from these speakers was very impressive indeed. In the bad section, well, these are relatively large speakers, so they will dominate a room, especially when they're up on their stands. Next, you just need to be a little bit careful when positioning these speakers. Take a little bit of time to get that right toe-in angle. But none of that affects the actual rating, and it's going to be an award-winning rating. I'm going to give these speakers an 8 out of 10 and a groovy award. Congratulations to Wharfedale. And that's me done, folks. Thanks very much for staying to the end of this video. Just before you go, down below, can you click on the like and subscribe buttons, please? Just helps this channel to grow. Also, further down, I'll put a link to Wharfedale and the Aura 2s if you want to see more. And further down still are links to my own bits and bobs, my Patreon page, which has an exclusive Hi-Fi News video every single week, including this week, and there's a brand new one available right now. Check it out. You'll also find buyer's guides and music features and all kinds of other stuff, written and video. Check out my website, which has all kinds of stuff you won't find over here on this channel. Also my Facebook group, which you're welcome to join. I'll be back on Friday with a music alerts video. We haven't seen one in the last couple of weeks. Well, the last couple of reviews have been quite intense, and it's taken extra time to sort out, so I had to sacrifice the music alerts, but they're back, or it is back rather, on Friday. So I hope to see you on Friday for that. I hope to have your company. Until then, folks, bye-bye for now.